बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम।
Hello sports fans, I'm your host Faisal Zaidi and welcome to the Sports Zone. So get ready for your weekly dose of all the sporting action from around the world. Let's start with some football as business resumes in the Barclays Premier League after the international break. 8 matches are played on Saturday, here are the results. Norwich City and West Ham United shared the spoils with a 0-0 draw. Now great news for Arsenal fans as the Gunners destroyed Southampton at the Emirates Stadium with a 6-1 thumping. It all started with an own goal from Joe Hofield, followed by a super free kick from Lucas Podolski. Givinu added a third before another own goal, this time from Nathan Clyne. Now Southampton responded with a goal from Daniel Fox in the closing stages of the first half. But the second half saw Givinu score a second and Theo Walcott also score and complete the 6-1 riot. Moving on, Aston Villa won 2-0 against Swansea City with goals from Matthew Luton and C. Benteke. Fulham won 3-0 against West Brom with 2 goals from Dimitrov Berbatov on his debut and a goal from Steve Sidwell. Now, Stoke City was successful in holding the English champions Man City to a 1-1 draw. Man City seemed to be controlling things, but Peter Crouch struck with a controversial goal. However, City responded with a debut goal from Javi Garcia. The second half saw no goals and the match ended in the draw. Manchester United comfortably beat Wigan Athletic 4-0 in a pulsating Premier League clash at Old Trafford. Chicharito had 4th-minute penalty saved by Alabasi after he was judged to have brought down Danny Welbeck, but a post-goal range effort, a goal from the Mexican Chicharito himself, a debut finishes from Alexander Butler and Nick Powell all in the second half made the difference. Now, it was a landmark day for Sir Alex Ferguson's players as Ryan Giggs made his record 600th Premier League appearance, while Scholes and Rio Ferdinand played their 700th and 400th matches for the club. Chelsea were held to a disappointing 0-0 draw at QPR. The pre-match hype firmly surrounded Antoine Ferdinand, John Terry and Ashley Cole following July's racism trial in which the Chelsea left-back gave evidence on his teammates' behalf against the QPR men. Well, all three were included in the respective starting 11s, and as speculated, Antoine Ferdinand refused to acknowledge either player in the handshake prior to the kickoff. Now, the last match on Sunday saw Liverpool draw against Sunderland. Luis Suarez's second half strike ensured a 1-1 draw for Liverpool on its trip to Sunderland, after Stephen Fletcher's first half strike put the host ahead. Well, the Reds remain frustrated as they continue to look for their first win of the Premier League season with 4 matches played. Well, on Sunday, Tottenham broke their duck for the season with an impressive 3-1 win against Reading. Jermaine Defoe scored a brace in the match, while Gareth Bale also added a goal in Tottenham's first win of the season and first win under Villa Boss. Now to Spanish football, where both Real Madrid and Barcelona were in action. Barcelona were in action first as they visited Getafe. Barcelona maintained its 100% start to the season as they defeated Getafe 4-1. The Catalan Giants labored during the early stages of the match but took a single goal lead into the break through Adriano. Second half substitute Lionel Messi then netted a brace before Mascherano's own goal robbed the visitors of a clean sheet, but David Villa rounded off a win. So here are the goals, check them out. The second match saw Real Madrid visit to Sevilla. Real Madrid's stunning start to the defense of his La Liga crown continued as it fell to a 1-0 defeat at Sevilla, who got off to a great start as Tchaikovsky put them ahead inside 2 minutes. But in a highly charged encounter, the Los Blancos were unable to equalize, hitting the woodwork twice in the second half as they succumbed to their second league defeat of the season. Now the defending champions are 8 points behind Barcelona in the league table. Now to the Italian Serie A, and here are the results for some of the top matches. Atlanta condemned Milan to its second straight home defeat in the Serie A after the Rossoneri went down 1-0 thanks to a Luca Cregani second half strike. A second half fight back from Juventus drove the Serie A champions to a 3-1 victory over Genoa, making it 3 wins out of 3 for the Turin battlers. AS Roma was stunned by a second half comeback by Bologna. Roma took the lead through goals from Alessandro Florenzi and Eric Lima, but a second half comeback from Bologna stunned Roma as goals from Alberto Gilardino and Alessandro Di Martini equalized matters, and in the final minutes of the match, Gilardino got the winner. Inter also picked up a win against Torino with goals from Marito and Cassano. Okay, now for some cricket. The T20 World Cup is en route, and before the tournament kicks off, the warm-up matches are setting the stage. Amongst some of the matches played, India defeated Sri Lanka in its first warm-up match. A 78-run recovery and a fantastic stand between Mahendra Singh Dhoni and Rohit Sharma paved the way for India's 26-run victory over Sri Lanka. Well, staying with cricket, the ICC 2012 Cricket Awards were recently concluded. Sri Lankan ace Kumar Sangakkara was the star of the show as he bagged 3 most important awards of the night. Sangakkara was honoured with awards for Test Cricketer of the Year, Cricket of the Year, along with the People's Choice Award. However, the awards were nothing short of controversial, starting with the exclusion of Saeed Ajmal from all major award categories, which led to an uproar in the cricketing world and forcing PCB to threaten to boycott the awards. However, the biggest disappointment of the evening was for South Africa, who despite claiming #1 rankings in all 3 forms of the game in an outstanding year, could only muster a single award between them, and that only for T20. Philander's 56 wickets at an average of 16.57 was overlooked. Hashim Amla meanwhile scored a significant superior average to Sangakkara in both Test and ODIs in the period considered, even if he could not match Sangakkara's volume of runs, having played fewer matches. Having achieved so much in the 12 months as a team, South Africa might have justifiably expected recognition for the individuals who were instrumental to their success. In the other awards, Sri Lankan umpire Kumar Dharmasena has won the David Shepherd's Trophy for the Umpire of the Year at the ICC Award ceremony in Colombo. It was the first time he has won this award. The other nominees were 5-time winner Simon Toffel, 3 times winner Aleem Dar, along with New Zealand's Billy Bowden, England's Richard Kettleberg, and Australia's Rodney Tucker. Meanwhile, Virat Kohli, the Indian batsman, has been named the ODI Cricketer of the Year at the ICC Awards. He was picked ahead of MS Dhoni, Lasith Malinga and Kumar Sangakkara. During the period under consideration, Kohli played 31 ODIs and scored a staggering 1,733 runs at a superb average of 66.65, including 8 hundreds and 6 half-centuries. His highest score was 183 against Pakistan in the Asia Cup. Now, India's Mahendra Singh Dhoni has been named the captain of the ICC's ODI Team of the Year for 2011 and 2012. This is the 5th year in a row that Dhoni has made the team. The ICC One Day Team of the Year is as follows: Gautam Gambhir, Alistair Cook, Kumar Sangakkara, Virat Kohli, MS Dhoni as captain and wicket-keeper, Michael Clarke, Shahid Afridi, Morne Morkel, Steve Finn, Lasith Malinga and Saeed Ajmal, with the 12th man being Shane Watson. Australia's Michael Clarke has been named the captain for the ICC Test Team of the Year, while South African quick Dale Steyn has made it into the team for the 5th year in a row. The Test team for the year are as follows: Alistair Cook, Hashim Amla, Kumar Sangakkara, Jack Callis, Michael Clarke, Shaven Chanderpaul, Matt Pryor, Stuart Broad, Saeed Ajmal, Warren Philander, Dale Steyn and A.B. de Villiers. Now from cricket to tennis, where Andy Murray returns to home to a hero's welcome. The Olympic and US Open tennis champion Andy Murray was given a hero's welcome when he was made a triumphant return to his hometown on Sunday. Crowds packed into the Bunting-lined streets of Dublin near Stirling with Scottish flags and homemade placards congratulating the town's favourite son. Thousands chanted his name and cheered after waiting hours in wet weather. They were rewarded for their patience, with Murray appearing to sign as many autographs as possible as he slowly walked along through the town. The 25-year-old is celebrating a golden summer of success with locals just days after returning to the UK after beating Novak Djokovic to win the US Open. The victory came weeks after he beat Roger Federer to take the Olympics men's title at the London 2012 Games. Now for some domestic news, as the Pakistan National Games have been delayed. National Games scheduled to be held here next month have been postponed till the end of December. Talking to the reporters on Thursday, Pakistan's Olympic Association President Syed Arif Hassan said that the Games had been postponed because of the absence of the Punjab's government's grant and the unavailability of sports venues due to the ongoing Punjab Youth and Sports Festival. In his words, hopefully the Games will now be held at the end of the December, when the arenas will be free, and by that time the Punjab Olympic Association will be able to get the required funds from the Punjab government to organize the Games. Let's hope that the National Games can begin soon, as Pakistan needs the sporting action after a disappointing Olympics. Well, those were some of the sporting updates from around the world. Make sure you catch us on a special edition of the Sports Lounge. We will discuss the ICC awards as well as the Europe football action from around the world. Until next time, this is your host Faisal Zaidi signing off.